What we will be doing is using Microsoft Word to create a PDF that has hyperlinks in it, and when you click the hyperlink, it will open up a video stored on Google Drive, and when you click play, the video will start playing at a specified position on the timeline. Not at the beginning, but at a position on the timeline that you specify. Now hopefully this isn't too confusing, but the video you are actually watching is on YouTube, of course, but the video that we'll be using in this demonstration is actually stored in Google Drive. This handout you're currently looking at is available at no cost to you. In the description part of the YouTube video, you'll find a link that points to this document, and you are free to download that document and use it. Now I'll be displaying this document off and on throughout this video to go over the steps, but at a high level, we're going to create a Word document using MS Word. We're then going to go to Google Drive, upload a video, and actually I've already uploaded it to save time. We're going to make it shareable to anyone who has the link, and then we're going to copy the link. Then we're going to go back into MS Word to the document we created and paste those links and edit them so that they will work. Then we're going to use MS Word to create the PDF, and then we're going to use Acrobat Reader to test the links. So the first thing we're going to do is create an MS Word document. An easy way of doing it is wherever you want the document on your hard drive. In my case, it's some drive, letter F. The folder is called PDF with link. I'm going to right click. I'm going to say New Microsoft Word document. I'm going to rename the document to My Word document. Then I'm going to open it. I'm going to look at the top to see if it has compatibility mode turned on. Okay, I'm inside the document. If you look at the top, it has compatibility mode. But what we're going to learn in this video won't work if the document is in compatibility mode. So we're going to take it out of compatibility mode. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to click File, Info, and the Convert button right next to compatibility mode. We're going to click that. It's essentially prompting us, are we sure we want to do this? And yes, we are. And we click OK. As you can see, the compatibility mode has been removed. Now what we're going to do is just type some desired text and leave space for our hyperlinks. And just to move things up, I want to go to Layout, Margins, and pick some smaller margins so I can get all the text in here. I'm just going to type some text. I'm going to leave room for my hyperlink. Now we're going to save the Word document, but we're not going to close it. Now we're going to go to Google Drive. Okay, here I'm on the Google search engine. I'm just going to click this grid right here. Pick Drive. Then you want to sign in to Google Drive. So I've logged in. If we have folders, go to your desired folder. I do have folders. I'm in the one called Test. Well, I've already uploaded the file to save time, but essentially the way to do it is you'll right click, click Upload Files, and then you'll browse your hard drive, select a file you want, and upload it. Now the way Google Drive works, it will upload your entire file, and you have to leave the window open as it's uploading. But when it's first uploaded, it may not let you play it because it's still processing it. Also, when it's finished processing, when you play it, it may not play at the highest resolution. Because what Google Drive does, it tries to make it quickly available at a low resolution, usually 360p, but over time, it will render it to whatever the highest resolution is for that video. So we've done these steps. Now we need to make it shareable to anyone who has the link. After it's finished uploading, Now you don't have to wait until it's resolved to its highest resolution. The only thing you have to do is wait until it's finished uploading to do these steps. Right-click the video, then click Get Shareable Link, and we'll get this little pop-up. It defaults to restricted, which means that you have to specify each and every individual that you want to see this video. But the way you specify it is you specify the email address of their Google Drive account. So if you leave it restricted, anybody who you want to see this video, they have to have a Google Drive account. They have to tell you their email address they use for that Google Drive account, and you have to key them in one by one. If the permissions say restricted, click the word restricted and change to anyone with the link. So restricted, anyone with the link. And the next thing we're going to do, we're going to copy the link. We're just going to click the link that says copy link, and we're going to click done. And if we want, we can log out of Google Drive. So we're going to click this. It's been copied. We're going to click done. If desired, we can log out of Google Drive. Now we're going to go back to MS Word, and we're going to start creating a link. We're going to paste the link into the Word document. It should look something like this. So I'm going to paste it here. Let's just make sure it uses the same font. And we're going to paste it again, because we're going to be using the same video, because one video contains the material for both Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. Now we're not done yet, of course. Now, if you have previously researched how to do this, you probably would have read that all you need to do is add the view parameter and the time value to the end of the link. And the way you code the time value is $T equal time mark, and the time mark can be in seconds, minutes, or hours. For example, to code 1 hour, 18 minutes, and 23 seconds, we can use T equals 4,703 seconds, or we can say T equals 1 hour, 18 minutes, and 23 seconds. So let's go ahead and add this. So the view parameter, followed by the time value. Now I happen to know, and you'll know this in your own video, that my Chapter 1 begins at 47 seconds into the video. So time equals 47 seconds. However, if we just add the view parameter and the time mark to the end like this, it won't work. Why? Because the view parameter cannot be in the URL twice. It can only be in the URL once. Well, you say, well, I only added it once. Well, you did, but Google Drive added it also. So it's in there twice, and that won't work. But if we remove the second view parameter, it still won't work because the USP value is interfering with the T value. So what we need to do is reverse the two. To make it work, we put the T value before the USP value like this. I'm just going to highlight this. I'm going to cut it and paste it. So I want to make sure there's no spaces in here. So it should be /view T equals your time mark, no space, $USP equals sharing. Now, Chapter 2 in my video starts at 1 minute, 17 seconds. So let's go ahead and code that. $T equal 1 minute, 17 seconds. I'm just going to save my document. Okay, now we have a working URL. To make it easier for your viewers or your students to understand, you can add display text to the URL using the MS Word Edit Hyperlink function. And this is how we do that. You highlight your hyperlink, you go to Insert, Link. This is the actual URL. That we do not change. We've already made the necessary changes. What we want to change is the text to display. So I'm just going to delete it all. And I want to change it to Chapter 1. Click OK to save it. I'm going to do the same thing here. Click OK. Now when we hover over our links, it'll show you what the link is. It'll tell you how to activate it. Control plus click to follow a link. Once we convert it to a PDF, your viewer, your students won't have to click Control plus click. They'll just click the link. We now have our 2 working hyperlinks. Okay, we've saved our Word document. Now we're going to create the PDF. Okay, it is important to know that we need to create the PDF using the File Save As function and not the Print function. So File, Save As, Browse. Once the Save As dialog box is displayed, you're going to navigate to a place on your hard drive where you want to store this. So here I've got my drive F. This is called Some Drive. I got PDF with link. That's the folder. We can change the name. And then Save As type. You select that and pick PDF. If you want to, you can put in an author, you can put some tags, put in a title. I don't. What's important though is for Optimize For, you want it standard, publishing, online, and printing. And then you click Save. So we've done these steps. We're going to close the MS Word document. Now we want to test the links. So we're going to open up the PDF document we just created, and we're going to click on the links. So this is the document we created. So I'm going to double click it to open it. Now when you open it, if you find your links are a different color, it's probably because you clicked a link in Word and then you saved it as a PDF. So if you want to have your PDF have all the traditional blue color, then close the Word document, reopen the Word document, all your links should be blue, and then save it again as a PDF. So I'm going to open up my browser. I've got Firefox. I'm going to click the first link. As you can tell right by the URL, we are in Google Drive. We're not in YouTube. Now what you see here is not going to be what's at timeline 47. What you see here when you first go to it is really a thumbnail that Google Drive created when it uploaded the video. And you really don't have control over that. But when I click the play button, see that? 47, 48, 49. So the video did start at time position 47. And let's do the other one. Okay, again, it's showing that same thumbnail. Whatever thumbnail Google Drive created, that's what's going to first display regardless of what the time parameter is in your URL. Chapter 2 for me starts at 1 minute 17 seconds. When I click play, let's look down here and see what the timeline says. 1 minute 17 seconds. So our links are working. Now you're ready to distribute your PDF. If you decide to distribute your PDF by uploading it to Google Drive, which is fine, keep in mind that the hyperlinks will not work until the viewer downloads the PDF and opens it up in Adobe Reader. You can open up a PDF stored on Google Drive. You click it, it will open up, but it's actually not opening up in an Acrobat Reader. It's opening up in like a preview reader within Google Drive. And when you do that, the preview reader doesn't have the ability to understand and use the hyperlinks. Just be sure to tell your viewers that they have to download the PDF and open it in Acrobat Reader for it to work. So that concludes this video. I hope it's been useful to you, and thank you so much for watching.